I'm Dr. Orion Taraban, and this is Psychac's Better Living Through Psychology. And the subject of today's short talk is emotions and mastery. Among other things, emotions are tools given to us by evolution to facilitate our survival. And this is because contained within every emotion is a behavioral impulse that has persisted to the present day, in large part because the ancestral organisms that relented to this impulse were more likely to survive and reproduce, all things being equal, than were those organisms who relented to a different impulse. As a rule, the stronger the emotion, the more difficult it is to resist the emotional impulse contained therein. However, there are folks who find it very challenging to resist their emotional impulses across the board. So let's talk about this. The fact of the matter is that it's generally only a good idea to relent to an emotional impulse if it arises in the context of a domain of mastery. What does this mean? Well, let's take as a concrete example the domain of chess. If you're a chess beginner, if you just learn the way the pieces move and what the victory conditions are, then it's probably a terrible idea to let your emotions influence your decisions. You can't really think to yourself, I have a strong feeling that it would be best if the horsey went over here, and expect that you're actually going to win the game. On the contrary, if you're in the process of learning how to get good at chess, it's generally a good idea to doubt your emotional impulses and to scrutinize them with respect to a rationally explicated model of reality, some kind of chess strategy or principle. On the other hand, if you happen to be a chess grandmaster and you've played 100,000 games, then you will be able to feel through your intuition what the next best move might be without being able to explicate a specific rationale for this feeling. And that's because the emotional impulse in this case arises out of years, if not decades, of unconscious procedural knowledge and deep pattern recognition. So it makes sense for the grandmaster within his domain of mastery to relent to emotional impulses that arise from that knowledge base, whereas the beginner, who does not yet have such a knowledge base, should submit his emotional impulses to rational scrutiny. Now, what does this mean for us? Well, our mastery is not evenly distributed over all domains. The grandmaster might not have mastery in the domain of dating and relationships, and vice versa. There are parts of our lives where we have more mastery than others, and it's important to recognize when we happen to be in those domains, as this is our cue to relent more uncritically to our emotional impulses, since they've been practically vetted by years of survival. And if we happen to not be in one of those domains, then we can and should exercise greater skepticism with respect to the wisdom of those same impulses. I hope this helps. In the meantime, if you'd like to suggest a topic for a future episode, or you'd like to schedule a consultation, you can reach me at psychackspodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.